Ask Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
What up, though, Detroit? Welcome in to a Friday edition of Big D Energy. My name is Anson. I am not Neil, unfortunately, but I am joined by this legend to my left, Terry Foster. How are you?
That's right. I'm doing great. Talked to young Neil the other day. He told me to bring the glasses in, but then he said he wasn't coming in.
It is a Bourbon Friday.
Typical Neil
Friday.
move. Typical Neil move.
I'll be taking part today.
Are you?
I am.
I thought you were teetotal.
Yeah, I'm more of a toker. Shout out to Mad Pax and all of our friends at Loom. But today I'm joining you guys. It's been a long week. I don't want to talk about the snow, but damn the drive, man.
The drive is ridiculous.
Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, I did one of them little half spins. You know, when you come out, make a left-hand turn into the street. I just did like a corrected it.
Did anybody see you?
Yeah.
Whenever I do that, I'm looking around to see if somebody saw me or not.
I mean, it's okay to fishtail, but you got to know how to control it. That'd be the problem. People don't know how to control the fishtail, and that's what
this
causes
pro
accident.
controlled it.
Yeah.
KG been fishtailing all around Detroit for the last few weeks, haven't you?
I guess you could say that.
Yeah, you're having fun?
Hey, man, I'm having a time, man. I get to work with beautiful people, and yes, the week sucks, but we at Friday, so
yeah,
shout out.
fantastic. And of course, we got Spenny in the booth. He'll be back in just a moment. He's grabbing some ice for everybody. I'm listening to the morning show today. KG, you were there. Mm-hmm. Terry, can you recall a morning where you woke up and there was sports news that ruined your entire day and your weekend? Because I sped in here to get to Maz and give him a hug because Maz's breaking down this morning. The Kyle Tucker news spun him out of control. Have you ever had news like that?
I probably have, but it's been a while. But Maz was bitching to me when I came in here.
He was.
He was hurting this morning.
Like, hey, T, is baseball ruined? I'm like,
You really did, though.
will it ever be the same? I'm like, sports is never the same. They changed. Thank you there, Spin. You know, Dodgers, they got 7 or 8 dudes. No, they got 8 dudes with $100 million contracts or more.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
$2 billion payroll.
$2 billion.
That's wild.
It's insane.
Is that going to last, guys? Are we going to see that salary cap?
We're moving toward a salary cap, but I don't know how you're going to cap all these earnings that these players are making, but definitely a lockout is coming in 2027.
Did that hurt you to wake up to find that Kyle Tucker was going to be a Dodger?
No.
The way it did Maz, even half as much.
No, because I know my team is going to sit on their hands, and this is what baseball is now. It's an arms race, and whoever can spend the most money will win, and the Dodgers have found a way to do that.
Why should you be upset? It's not like Kyle Tucker's coming to Detroit.
Exactly, so.
But he could have, Terry.
No.
But he could have.
No. You'd have to have KG as the new owner of the team. You'd have to. It's not happening.
I don't mind that.
Chris Ilitch is not going to go all in for this team. I keep telling you guys, you motherfuckers don't believe me. The Tigers are not real. They will win their division because the division is bad. They'll be in the playoffs, and they might win a series or two, but they're not serious about winning the whole stuff.
Have you ever been seriously hurt waking up by some sports news?
Sharon Moore.
Great drop, by the way.
That messed up his day.
I mean, it ain't mess up my day, but it was just, it was like, what the fuck? But it didn't mess up my day, though. Yeah, I'm sure there is. I can't think of anything right off rip, but there's definitely been some stuff.
The news that I can remember most recently, it didn't ruin my day by any means, but the Jace Richardson leaving Michigan State. I really thought that guy was primed for one more year, be a lottery pick, take the Spartans to the Final Four, maybe a championship. Imagine how good this team would be with him still. Honestly, it would probably have to go back to when I woke up and I thought they were going to trade Isaiah to the Knicks. Really looked like that one was going to happen, Terry.
Yeah, but, you know, it was all rumor and stuff. And at the time, I was sort of involved in it. Everybody I talked to said it's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not close to happening, but that became the narrative.
It would have.
I'll tell you, for most sports fans, news that's really fucked up their morning. If you're watching your favorite team play, and let's say you love the Pistons, Pistons are up 20 with 4 minutes left, and it's boring, and you go to bed, and you wake up the next morning, and you're like, the Pistons blew a 20-point lead, losing 98-96 to the Orlando Magic. That's what messes up your day.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you know they won, and then they didn't.
It would have been worse if you'd stayed up and watched it, though.
It would have been.
Yeah. What about you, Spenny? What's the last news you remember waking up to that ruined your day sports-wise?
Waking up to, I can't really think of anything that really ruined my day. I'll tell you one that made my day was when I woke up and I saw it go across the bottom bar of Sports Center, and it said Tigers trade Prince Fielder to the Rangers for Ian Kinsler. I was like, no fucking way, dude.
That was
Are you
pretty
kidding
good
me?
news.
So I remember that one. I can't really remember one that really ruined my day.
Maz was hurting this morning
Yeah.
over Kyle Tucker, man.
Yeah. Maz is an emotional being.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Dodgers do it better. You got to admit it.
Well, and that's
I got attacked today
yeah.
for by Sean Baligian.
Uh-oh.
He's like, T, tell me you're not becoming Maz. What are you talking about? He thought this hat
I thought it was
a Chicago
two.
Bears hat.
Now turn it to the other. See, it looks like, well, not too far, but that side, your right side, you see the RS. And, I don't know, man. It got the kind of, it's a little faded into Bears colors. You might need a replacement.
Tigers and the Bears must have gone to the same haberdashery.
Yeah. Well, that's the question that is posed to start the show. Is baseball ruined? You're talking about a $2 billion. Is that real?
Yeah,
$2 billion?
Yeah, they're over $2 billion. The next place team is the Padres, and they're at like $1.6 billion, and the Tigers are just over $100 million.
Just over $100 million.
Yeah, they're at like $140 million. Or
16 and 20x. Your
Surely
squad.
that'll get
How are
us
you
to a
supposed to
real
win
sign.
in that world?
Well, that's going to be difficult. But I'm going to say baseball is not ruined for a couple of reasons. One, yes, what the Dodgers is doing is ridiculous. But one thing is when they're on TV, I want to see this all-star team play. And when they get their asses kicked in baseball, it's going to happen, then you celebrate that.
Yeah.
And they're not going to win every World Series, so I'm going to say not ruined.
And I told Maz he wouldn't be having that same sentiment if the Dodgers had lost the World Series.
Oh, for sure.
Because Toronto, and they have a big payroll as well, bigger than ours, but they aren't one of the top payrolls. They're not a top 3 payroll, and they almost pulled off the impossible by beating the Dodgers. So would people feel differently if a smaller team with a smaller budget beat the Dodgers? I think people would probably feel different.
Yeah, I'm talking to Maz yesterday about the whole LeBron thing, and I don't like LeBron. You know I'm a hater when it comes to LeBron. I respect what he's able to do. I'm not going to say he's better than MJ, but I also don't want him to go anywhere. He is the villain of the NBA, and the NBA is more healthy having that villain there.
Yeah.
Whether you're on the good side of him or the bad side of him.
I could agree with that.
And the Dodgers are that for baseball. So as much as it's hard to look at this $2 billion payroll and realize that we're never even going to scratch
Where does
that.
LeBron hate come? Is it because he's a whiny bitch on the court or because of his political and social views?
Well, you're not limiting the list, are you? Because we can talk about the flopping. We can talk about taking your
whiny-
talents.
That's flopping.
Can we get over taking our talents, man?
No.
He had a right to leave.
If he did it anywhere else but the Boys and Girls Club, KG.
He made money for charity.
I don't.
That's a bad thing.
No.
That's a bad thing all of a sudden.
Bro, he could have taken that money from his Heat paycheck and sent it. You don't go do that in front of a bunch of 10-year-olds that you are their idol.
Says who?
Help
It's
me
for
out,
the
Terry.
kids.
Help me out, Terry.
F them kids.
Help me out, Terry.
If you like LeBron, you like LeBron, no matter what team
Yeah,
he plays
I
for.
don't
I liked
think-
LeBron until that moment. I did.
See, I don't think the Boys and Girls Club thing was a deal breaker for me. It was the whole, let's go with Chris Bosh and D Wade, and that's the part that was cheap.
But when he did that, we knew that's what he was doing as well. So it added the insult to the injury. But the fact that you did it in front of kids that have been
What's the
loving
kids
you,
got to do with this?
because there's places to do it, and the Boys and Girls Club that you're about to leave and rip their hearts out is not the place to do it.
Which
T.
I also just gave millions of dollars to, but yeah, forget that part.
I hope ESPN paid that place really, really handsomely.
Come on, bro. He built a whole school in Ohio. He's done enough for Ohio. We're not going to question LeBron in Ohio.
But in terms of it, MLB, the Dodgers are that. I mean, you're looking at the Padres, as Spenny just pointed out, $1.6 billion. Nobody sees the Padres as the villain. In fact, everybody, I think, in every MLB city would be pulling for the Padres to beat the Dodgers. So there is a certain sense of it that it's everybody versus the Dodgers at this point. It's kind of like we saw versus LeBron for a good decade or so.
Yeah, but Neil says it all the time. If you want to wake up and be good in baseball, you can do so. And a lot of teams have done it for a long time. This ain't a new science. Like the Yankees used to be known as the best team money can buy. They, for a long time, would run up the payroll, and in turn, they had a lot of winning because of that. To me, it's not as drastic as people make it. However, it is probably going to change once the salary cap is implemented, because I'm not sure how these players are going to take to, the league trying to reduce some of these salaries, because they're making buku money right now.
And we all are in unison in wanting that salary cap?
Yes.
It needs to happen. Yeah.
Something needs to happen. It's got to be a cap or a floor. It's probably going to be a floor.
Yeah. That's even scarier, though.
Yeah.
That's even scarier. What about you? You think it needs to happen?
It needs to happen, but if they're going to have a salary cap, there needs to be some cap on what people are spending to go to games. There has to be a cap on tickets, cap on beer, a cap on a whole bunch of stuff.
That one.
Because what will happen?
I love the idea.
If you have a salary cap, then the owners are just going to get more. They're not going to give the fans that money back, but they'll lie and say, "Hey, we're doing this for you because we know it's really expensive." Whenever you have a cap, the price for the fans doesn't go down.
Popcorn cap, huh?
Popcorn cap.
I like that. That'll never happen, though, like KG said.
No more than $5 for popcorn, I'm with it.
Man.
How about this? No more than $10 for beer. Let's have a beer cap.
You should have a beer cap.
Absolutely should have a beer cap.
What are dogs going for now? Like $7, $8?
Yeah,
pretty much.
crazy.
That's insane.
We got some super chats in there.
And they're not even good. You know what? The Tiger dog is not as good as it used to be. And now it's $8.50. I was
Last
pissed.
couple dogs I've had were nothing to be excited
I used to wait every spring to go to Tigers. Wasn't to see the Tigers, to get that first Tiger dog.
Ballpark Frank, huh?
Last couple of years, I'm like, damn, what happened?
We got a couple super chats in there. One of them from I Ain't Say That. He says, I was watching Fedorov highlights yesterday. Why have white people hidden hockey from us? I mean, hey, man, listen, hockey's always been there. And listen, we didn't try to hide anything, speaking from the white delegate. It's just I know that I never really got into hockey playing it growing up because it was too expensive and I couldn't afford all of the equipment and do the travel and stuff like that. But I was playing roller hockey in the street with my brothers all the time.
Hey, we're either hockey players or terrorists, one or the other, man.
Maybe a little both.
Sergey Spinney over there, man.
And we got Labertini in there. He says,
Shut
I need
up.
reparations. The morning crew missed a few super chats because Maz was drooling about the Bears, probably. Shout out to Bourbon Friday. And shout out to our guy Labertini.
Yeah, shout out. And Maz said MD's full name. So
he did.
For that, I actually, on the drive-in, I heard it, Labartney. I have a Cade Cunningham autograph rookie for you as an apology.
Shout out.
Any super chats that came in after 9:30, apologies. We had a transition in the booth, so weren't able to catch
I'm going to
up
pour
on
the
those.
whiskey for you, fellas.
That sounds good. It's probably time to pay some bills, isn't it?
And then, one more super chat in there, though, from I Ain't Say That. He said, he had that conference in Connecticut, the Heat for the first team to create a super team. It was the Celtics.
They were not the first.
It wasn't even the Celtics either. It was the Lakers.
Yeah.
The Lakers had Kobe, Shaq, Gary Payton, and Karl Malone.
Shit, even before that, Magic, Kareem,
Yeah.
AC Green. Like, I could go down the list.
Yeah, but
the Celtics back in the day, too, with Robert Parrish and with Larry Bird and with all those guys. Like,
Well, but Larry was drafted. McHale was drafted. They picked up Parrish from the Warriors, I believe. And then you look at the other stuff. The Lakers is the great example because the NBA shut it down.
Yeah.
And in 2004, I've said this many times, I've never seen the Pistons get a whistle, ever. But in that 2004 series,
You know
it
what?
might have
I
even
am
been in
so
our favor.
I'm sick and tired of Piston fans. we get fucked. They don't like us. The league likes the Pistons. They don't screw.
They
the
sure
Pistons.
liked him in 2004. And I think a lot of that was they saw the trend that the Lakers were starting. And then obviously LeBron perfected,
Yeah.
But
No, Piston fans are bitching about 2004. Oh, they don't want us to win the championship. They're screwing us and blah, blah. You guys always...
I didn't feel that way.
Piston fans complain more in Detroit. All we do is bitch and moan. Piston fans do it more than anybody else.
Really?
Maybe no Lion fans.
Yeah,
Lions fans.
Sure. Shots fired.
What?
I was
The
gonna say,
Pistons? Come on. We got chips for the Pistons.
Yeah. All right, we got to go to break. We'll come back. We're going to talk some Lions. We got a lot on the docket. We're going to talk about that Pistons game last night first because we've got Anson and Terry on the desk. We got to get some Pistons in there. But first, Anson, tell us about Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson is justice. And if there's anything that we're seeing justice-wise right now, the Pistons are the justice of the Eastern Conference. But listen, corporations and the government, insurance companies, they're going to try to screw you. You need somebody in your corner. You need Ben Johnson Law. Something goes wrong, make sure Ben Johnson is your first call and get that fighter in your corner, or just head on over to benfights.com.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Looking to take your relaxation game to the next level? Visit Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, featuring top-tier brands like Infinity and this beautiful Osaki chair that we all sit in every day. This is your destination for premium comfort and cutting-edge wellness technology. And shout out to Dr. Eric Duncan, the wellness doc and creator of the #1 YouTube massage chair review channel. Listen, if he know about the massage chairs, he's pointing you in the right direction. So book your visit at massagechairhouse.com or scan that QR code above my head. Massage Chair House, your ultimate ticket to recovery and relaxation.
Welcome back to a Bourbon Friday, Big D Energy. I'm in for Neil today. Don't worry, he will be back on Monday. Terry Foster is here, and it's time to talk some Pistons. Last night,
Stones,
man, hosting a Booker-less Suns team, but they're the hottest team in the West. And they sure looked hot in the first half. They were hitting a lot of threes. Grimy game. And I hit the thread, our Woodward gang group message last night. I said, this is the game. These are the games that good teams lose. And these are the games that great teams win. And we've seen some situations with this team. And I know you're wrinkling those lips a little, pursing them a little bit. But this team has the makeup in situations like this, in these grimy games, where they overcome. I think I saw a stat recently where they're the #1 team to like loose balls. Their hustle number is tops in the league. This team has some serious will for a very young squad, Terry.
Yeah, they are. And I was talking with Mr. Kool-Aid. He wanted to know, do I think the Pistons are real? And I told him, let's talk February 1st. Yeah. Because for whatever reason in the NBA, younger teams go one or two directions in January. Mm-hmm. A lot of times teams disappear in January and they lose a bunch of games. And sometimes talking to younger players, a lot of them have been removed from college for 1 or 2 years. And they looked up, and we've played 40 games an entire college season. And you look ahead and say, damn, we got like 40 more.
A rookie, sophomore
and
wall.
So, and then it's cold and it's miserable. And some teams just disappear in January. Seems like the Pistons are not doing that.
Yeah.
They're still grimy. They're still fighting. So I think by February 1st, I will officially be able to tell the young man the Pistons are for real.
Oh, he'll be happy to hear that from you. January last year is when this team really hit their stride, and we saw what we have here in the Pistons. Looking at that game last night, looking at the schedule moving forward, after the All-Star break, we have a daunting 4-week schedule. Okay. I need to see how that shakes out. If we lose some games that are kind of 50-50 games, I'll worry a little bit. But we've been winning the 50-50 games. We've been winning the games that are on the road in Houston. I know that was early in the season, but we have the best winning percentage against over 500 teams in the NBA right now. I want to see that put really to the test. If you look at that schedule, I'm sure some of you guys will at home, after that All-Star break, got about 4 weeks of some really, really tough matchups, a lot of back-to-backs, a lot of road games. But we were talking something yesterday. We were talking trades, and I know people love to do that. I don't want to get into it too much. I want Trey Murphy. Some people want Porter. Some people want Markkanen. But I think everybody is on the same page when the name Tobias Harris is brought up, because he's expiring. It's a $25 million chip. It's a player that can still play and probably bring you something back. And now all of the teams here in Detroit have created this mania, this hysteria for trading and getting a big-time player and moving future assets to get that guy that's going to put you over the top. Because it seems like all of our teams are pretty close to that player putting you over the top, and they don't. Things that have been talked about is chemistry. Shep shot that down. He's like, well, if this chemistry is so good, you should be able to bring Porter in here, and you can make him become part of the team. Facts. My question, and those are facts, but my question is this, because we always talk about sports being a business now. What if this is one of those times where it's not all about business? What if you've got 14 guys in the Pistons organization that don't want to see Tobias leave, that understand what he did in this changeover, bringing him in last year? You know, Braylon was telling a story about a year ago. He was at an event with some of the young guys, and Uncle's there, hey, don't do that, do this. What if that trade would piss off so many guys on this team that feel that Tobias deserves the right to make the run with this Pistons team this year? Can that be true, KG?
It can be true, but I think players also understand that this is a business. He was only on a 2-year deal anyway, and it's just kind of how it goes, man. The team is ascending, and they have a chance to go out there and really make their mark on this team if they choose to do so, and he would be one of those casualties. So I think the Pistons want him there. I think the team would love to keep him, but it's one of those things that if he were traded, they would definitely understand. See,
I think that's absolutely not true.
Okay.
I don't think guys are, we need Tobias, we love Tobias. They understand that, if you bring in a player that's making them better, they're going to say, Tobias who? So every player understands it's a business. And they understand that they could be part of that business. They could be traded. That's why, the trade deadline, everybody's on the edge, and they want to know who's going to stay, who's going to go. But you know what? Life goes on. Yeah. The show must go on, with or without Tobias. Now, the reason I would like to keep Tobias, without knowing what the other trades would be, is because I believe this. In the NBA, particularly when you have a young team, you need an unk in the room. Mm-hmm. And that's what he is.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sure there's plenty of times where, somebody wants to pull their hair out, and he's like, hey, settle down, young fella. Let's talk our way through that. That, to me, would be a bigger blow for this team rather than worrying about what people think. I don't care what my players think when it comes to personnel moves, because I, as a GM, would bring in someone that's going to make it better for me. Now, what the Pistons need to do is they need a guy that when the playoffs begin, referees look at and say, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's done stuff. I know he can play. I respect him. And Tobias Harris doesn't provide that for you.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
But
the only type of players you're talking about, that would be a bigger name move for the
that's what we keep hearing. This bigger name moves, and the Pistons will have to give up 2 or 3 guys.
I'm not sure that any one of those 3. I don't think Murphy, Porter, or Markkanen gets the benefit of the doubt with the refs,
not really.
Right?
Not really.
No. Spenny. So to me, and I think to all of Detroit, the 2 most movable chips right now are Jaden Ivey and Tobias Harris. If you got to keep one, which one are you keeping here?
I would say probably Tobias because you need more of the big help, and you've got a lot of good guards, and your guard rotation is pretty solidified right now. But having a veteran swing big is something that you can never have enough of. Now, it wouldn't make sense because to bring in a player of any type of caliber, you would have to move Tobias out to match salaries.
Yes,
but if there was strictly a choice between the two, I would probably go Tobias because they're both on expiring deals. Ivy has the concern of how much are you going to pay him? Are you going to extend him? What's going on there? And your guard rotation is pretty solid right now.
And
honestly, forgive me, I'm going to say something crazy.
Please.
Because of just the crap I see on the posts online. Is there a chance Malik Beasley could come back?
I don't think so. I don't think it's happening.
I don't think so. He keeps posting
It can
stuff
happen.
about how great a shape
but
he is, and he's knocking down all these jumpers. He's doing that for a reason. And
Trying
he's still staying in Detroit.
Yeah,
He could walk to the arena for where he lives.
Does he not feel like the NBA's own Antonio Brown at this point, though?
I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, but
I hear
when
you.
Antonio first started, he wasn't that far either. And I hope and pray that Beasley never gets that bad.
Yeah.
But it's starting to kind of feel like a no.
I'll let Spitty.
I'm not like Antonio Brown was completely off the deep end.
Yeah,
and
I don't think.
I think Malik Beasley is just bad with money, and he's kind of an idiot. I think Antonio Brown was legitimately infested, or is legitimately infested with CTE, and his brain is deteriorating. So, all right.
Here's what scares me about Malik Beasley. We know he was involved in some gambling stuff, right? And the last few days, we've heard about point shaving in college and maybe a little bit
Big
in the
time.
NBA. Now, who's to say that didn't happen with Malik Beasley against the Knicks?
I won't say that it didn't happen because I saw it happen.
He was missing a whole bunch of open jumpers.
And fumbling the ball out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
His low light tape, it ain't. I'm telling you,
His low light tape is
if
fire.
you see the low light tape, it's kind of like, all right, bro, you up to something. Like, it's suspicious looking. Is all I'm saying.
I know we're
All right. I'm going to be real bad now. Who in here believes Beasley was on the take during the playoffs?
I don't think he was on the take.
Yeah, I would.
I don't think it was that far. I think, I don't know. I'd hate to put that kind of emphasis on somebody because that is some bold claims. And his teammates still love him, and his teammates still want him here, and they are all campaigning for him as well. So, if you had a guy that you thought even was throwing games, you wouldn't be campaigning for him to come back. I think that
for sure. Yeah.
I think he was.
I look at that situation. I'm not going to go as far as to say that I think he was on the take, but he was clearly distracted. His mind was on his wallet as well as the pill.
You can make
the
that
orange
argument.
one,
You can make that argument.
So, do you want a guy like that back?
No, I've been saying it since the offseason. I did not want him back. I think that, we're talking yesterday. They're like, oh, we don't have a fearless shot taker. Karis LeVert is a fearless shot taker. Duncan Robinson last night was a fearless shot taker. Get Marcus Sasser out there. He's a fearless shot taker. What Beasley brought to this team was...
Is Marcus Sasser a fearless shot maker in the playoffs?
Well, we didn't even see any minutes from him
It's
in
yet
that
to be
whole
seen.
series.
So I'm going to say the answer is no.
Yes.
You got Deuce McBride out there. You could put Sasser out there.
No, I hear you. My big concern with the Pistons in the trade deadline is, all right, Pistons get, let's say, all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they're battling their way through. Teams decide K's not going to do it tonight. We're going to do everything in our power to take Cade away. Who is the next go-to scorer on this team?
It's not Duren because you got to get the ball to him. We need that second perimeter shot-creating, three-point guy. Porter or Murphy really would be a great fit. Before we hit the break, I want one question answered from each one of you guys. Who would you rather have here, Ron Holland or Jaden Ivey?
Ron Holland.
It's all
that's
everyone's
easy.
on Holland all of a sudden, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's
6
easy.
months ago that wasn't the case.
No, but shit was different.
I'm not arguing with you guys. What Holland has turned into this year is exciting.
No, for sure. And Jaden Ivey is just, you look at him, and he's done well off the bench. I'll give him that. But it does appear that he's lost a step, and that was a big part of his game, the athleticism. So I don't know.
I said last year I think Ron Holland could be the second best player on this team when they're trying to win a championship. I truly believe that with his potential. Now he's truly becoming one of the best defenders in the league.
Yep.
And his fluidity at the basket and his ability to attack the rack is insane. He's just got to get a little bit better shooting.
Yeah. What about you, Terry?
If you had asked me this question a year ago, I would definitely say Jaden Ivey, because I thought his potential was so much greater than anybody else on this team outside of Cade Cunningham. But now I see Ron Holland playing defense, doing the little things that guys don't like to do. You need that grinder on your team. And Jaden Ivey, maybe, and I don't know, maybe the injury has compromised him where he's not going to reach that potential that I thought that he could be. Yeah. So it's definitely Ron Holland, but
he scares me a little bit. I don't want to say that he could be SGA because I don't think that he's that frame, but I do believe that guy could really burn you when you get him somewhere healthy for a year removed from all this stuff and give him the ball. Because what we saw from him before he went down, he was kind of competing for the leadership of this team. He was playing so well.
Well, I wouldn't say the leadership.
I'm telling you, man.
He was competing for the number
I know,
two
but
of this team.
Cade was sitting, he was hurt, and Ivy was hooping, man. I don't think that he was ever going to be a leader, but I think in Ivy's head, he felt like he could lead that team.
Something in Ivy's head needs to get right now because obviously he had a good game yesterday, but it's the mental with him right now this year is
you
not
can see
good.
You come from a serious break like that, and that's going to happen. I can't wait to see what he's like in March and April, and I do think that will be in a Pistons uniform. What you got for us, Benny?
Tell us about Planet Fitness.
Hey, let's do that, man. We are all strong on this planet, and if you want to be strong like the Pistons strong, man, you got to get to Planet Fitness. We're halfway through January. How's your resolution doing? You got Planet Fitness all over the place. You drive by 3 on your way to work every day. There's 50 plus in the Metro Detroit area. There's over 2,700 worldwide. Get the Black Card Spa. Get all the amenities. You can bring a free guest anytime. It's only $24.99 a month. Oh, there's no judgment. Planet Fitness, out there.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, he's a ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero, icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Hey, if you've joined us for some of the events that we've had at the amazing Art and Jake's around Metro Detroit, you already know. But Friday, January 30th, the Michigan State Watch Party is going to be up in East Lansing at the very own East Lansing Art and Jake's. 80-plus wall-to-wall TVs, 22-plus draft beers. The menu is fire. So whether you're rocking green and white or maize and blue that weekend, Art and Jake's is your place to catch the game, and you can catch it with some of our guys from Woodward too. Friday night, East Lansing. Don't just watch the rivalry. Experience it with us at Woodward Sports. We're back.
beautiful.
I do love some Sharon's right now, man. You know, we had our heat breakdown here.
Really?
About a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder it was so damn cold.
It was so cold. And Sharon's got here. It was fixed that quick, man.
Did they put the pin number on the thermostat too?
Yeah, if we can get that, that'd be great.
Yeah, I know, right?
That would
We
be
can't have
great.
nothing around here.
Welcome back.
Working
It is
with too many women.
Yeah, true.
This is true. Shout out, wicked, awesome Lady Jays. But it's time to get into some football, right? That's what you guys want to talk about. That's what everyone wants to talk about. It's Lions, Jack Campbell, and Panay first team time, and we got some guys on the second team as well. Why don't you kick us off here, Spenny?
Yeah, so obviously the season didn't go how you wanted it to when you look at Detroit Lions, but there were some things that you could still hold your head high about. And Jack Campbell and Penei Sewell both making the first team All-Pro list, which was very cool. And Aiden Hutchinson and Amon-Ra St. Brown both making the second team All-Pro list, which is very cool. That made me think, is this the most talented team you've ever seen not make the playoffs in the NFL?
Well, let me start off by saying this. Penei Sewell did not deserve to be first team.
Oh, come on, Terry.
All-Pro. No, he was awful this year.
He was not awful.
He was fucking awful.
He was by far the highest rated tackle in the league.
Look at what he did last year and the year before. He got his ass beat this year.
No, he did.
Nobody wants to admit that.
He did.
Penei Sewell was bad.
Terry, he was by far the highest graded tackle in the NFL this year.
I don't give a fuck about that. But I said he was awful. He was getting beat all the time. And you know what, Lion fans? Penei Sewell, he's our guy. He's great. He was not good this year.
That's not true.
Awful is
Ask Penei Sewell if he was good.
Penei Sewell say he's not good because the team sucked. That's all he cares about. He's the one
bad.
that went out
He
there
was
and
bad
said,
this
I'm not
year.
playing good enough because his
Bad
team's
is
losing.
crazy, Terry.
In
Awful
every
is strong.
gradable metric, he was the
tell you
best
what,
tackle in the league.
No, you guys don't even believe in Pro Football Focus unless it suits your
I was
argument.
going to bring that up, Spenny.
How many times you said PFF sucks?
Spinny speaks against
Spinny.
PFF.
It's not just the PFF grades.
Shut up. How many times have you said Pro Football shit sucks?
It
How
does.
many times have you said it?
It does. It's not just the PFF grades. It's sacks allowed. It's time allowed for quarterback. It's run blocking. If you go back and watch the tape, Penei Sewell's not awful. That's egregious.
All right,
to say.
I tell you
he get
what.
beat at
He
times?
was
Yes.
mediocre.
That's strong.
For
Terry.
Penei's standards,
Okay,
No,
say that.
so by NFL standards,
he
was
wasn't
mediocre.
perfect like he has been the majority of his career. He got beat these times.
He got beat sometimes.
and,
yes,
and this
but-
is the first time we saw any chinks in the armor at all,
Yeah.
right?
If a chink in the armor is first team all
Then
fucking
chink-
pro, I'll take it. What are you
Yeah.
talking
He
about?
didn't
I ain't mad
deserve
about it.
it.
I'm mad
Didn't
about it.
deserve it.
That was not where I
How-
thought
How
Trey was going to
stout
go
was that
there.
run game to the right side?
And he was playing banged up.
So you want to move him to the
Practically all
left,
year,
Terry? Is that
right.
what you're saying?
Simply saying, it was automatic in years past. This year, it wasn't there.
Should we slide him into guard?
No, I'm just saying he was mediocre.
All right.
Mediocre.
I'm
strong.
mediocre first team all pro.
Yeah, that's strong, Terry.
He didn't deserve it.
Who did?
Did he deserve second team?
I don't know. Maybe did they have a third team?
Did they have
No.
a third team?
How about honorable mention?
Honorable mention. Do they have a third team anymore, or is it just two?
I think
Just
it's
two.
Just two?
Yeah. If there was a third team, I wouldn't be upset.
Are you as mad at Jack Campbell or no?
Not as mad. I think Jack Campbell is a very solid linebacker.
Solid.
But just because you
Yeah, all right.
you tack on a lot of tackles, doesn't mean that you're first team all pro.
But you don't think he improved in any other area?
No, I'll say this about Jack Campbell. He's the first dude I saw that stuffed the tush push.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna give him love for that.
What's the best middle linebacker you've seen as a Detroiter since then?
As a Detroiter,
Yeah, Detroit Lion. What's the best? We going back to Michael Kofer? You going
no,
Spielman?
no.
Ernie
Lo-
Sims. No, I'm talking
Boyd? Who you talking?
No, Chris Spielman was a very good middle linebacker. He couldn't cover running backs or tight ends, so he's bad in the pass game. But he was mean and
A leader.
a leader. But no, you put words in my mouth. He was not a leader. He was a self-motivator. I don't think Chris Spielman was a great leader.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I thought he was a great motivator and he was a very good football player. But he wasn't leading the rest of the locker room saying, all right, fellas, here we go. He was more like, all right, I'm going to kill these guys. So he was motivating himself.
So who you taking, Spielman or Jack?
I'd take Spielman.
Okay. Okay.
Spielman or Jack.
Now, in another year, if he's all pro, first team next year, does that change your opinion?
It has to. Because it means that the rest of you have fallen for the fake, and so I'll fall for the fake too.
The catfish.
What are we fucking doing in this chat right now? You guys are fucking stupid. Dude. Like we have two
Call 'em out.
first team all pros.
Call 'em out.
And Daniel Bridger. LOL, he was good, but couldn't cover the run and wasn't good in the pass game. What are we talking
He
about,
definitely
man?
improved
Jack
in that
Campbell
area.
was the best linebacker in football this year.
Yep.
He's first-team All-Pro. That's what that means. Penei Sewell was the best tackle in football this year.
No, he
He's
wasn't.
first-team All-Pro. That's what that fucking means.
Benny, he was not.
Who was better, Terry?
Yeah, who was better? Who had a better year?
I don't know, but he wasn't good. He wasn't good this
That's
year.
not true.
He was not good.
Based on what?
Based on what? Look, one, eyes. You got eye, 2 eyes?
Yes, I do.
Didn't you see him get
and
his
I
ass
watched the
kicked this
film
year?
after every fucking
Did you?
game.
All right,
And Penei Sewell is
the
just
man
as
over
good
here,
as he has been
Neil
the whole
Rule said
year.
Michael Parsons sucks. Didn't he say that?
He said he's a
Yeah,
Overrated.
Right.
He called over.
Neil is that.
He took Penei
Neil is
Sewell and
different,
put him over his lap and burped him when they played.
For the first time, because mostly Panay's owned him in that matchup. Am I wrong?
Okay, we're talking about this year.
Okay.
Let's not talk about last year, what happened 2 years ago. It's space on this year. Penei Sewell was not very good this year.
Terry, I think you're just focusing on the times you saw him get beat because he did get beat.
Because
sometimes.
it happened too often.
It did happen sometimes, but it
No,
happened.
not sometimes.
It happened toward the latter half of the season.
It happened quite frequently.
No, it didn't, man.
Toward the
Not
end of the
sometimes.
year.
You
Toward
guys
the
are
end of
just
the
saying-
year.
No,
it
at
started
the
happening.
beginning of the year. It happened quite frequently.
No, it didn't. He wouldn't be first-team All-Pro if he was getting his ass beat every fucking weekend.
That
That's
part.
just not true.
Now, how about you?
Hey, you know what? Sometimes people get awards for reputation. He was great last year. He was great the year before. And sometimes people just stick them in because they say, he's got to be good. But they didn't really look at the game. He wasn't that
You
good
think
this
that's
year.
what it was? You
Yes.
think everybody who voted on All-Pro just wasn't watching offensive line play at all this year? And they're like, oh, it's just... No, watch the fucking tape,
because
dude.
his reputation is so spotless that you just slide him in there. He
Well,
wasn't, guys, what did you see that he did great this year? I'll shut up.
He was the only good offensive lineman
Like,
on a team.
literally.
He was
And-
like...
literally.
That's not a reason. The offensive line stunk.
But-
yes, he was the only good one on there, but he wasn't very good.
But to that point, he seemed perfect for his first few years in the league because he had a perfect offensive line for the most part.
All right.
So now this year, you got all kinds of problems. You got how many different offensive lines did we start at this
They
season?
had at least 8 to 9
So the
different
fact that he
combinations.
had all that inconsistency next to him and teams scheming to take advantage of that, yes, he got beat a few times this year. Does that mean he's not a first teamer though?
okay, but because he's the best lineman on a line that blew, does that mean he's a first team All-Pro?
No, he's the best lineman in the fucking league. That's why he's a first-team All-Pro.
He's not, bro.
He's going to win the Protector of the Year or whatever they call it, which goes to the best offensive lineman in the NFL. This is the first year they're doing it. He's a first-team All-Pro. If you go back and watch the tape, it wasn't this egregious. If he was so egregiously bad and
wouldn't
getting
have got
beat
to-
every week, he wouldn't have been first-team All-Pro.
I tell you what, he didn't get beat every week. He just got beat every other week.
All right, so who are you putting over him? For the protector of the year, Terry, who is your protector of the year in the NFL?
Well, he's not going to win Protector of the Year,
Oh.
first of all.
Sounds like some of you guys got to take
If
the
that's
Caesar
an
Sportsbook.
award, did you just make that up?
No, this is the
All
first
right.
year they're doing
He
it.
ain't gonna win.
I mean, yeah. So who do you got?
I am not a follower of right tackles. I'm simply saying that his performance was not first team All-Pro.
Garrett
caliber.
Bowles, Joe Tooney, Creed Humphrey, Quinn Menares, and Penei Sewell. I don't see any one of those four guys as being better than Penei.
No.
No, none of those four guys can be as good as Panay,
Now you're getting into
But-
something different there.
but Panay wasn't as good as Panay could be this year.
So just a down year, you're not worried.
Yeah, just say by his standards.
he had an off year.
But he was still good, damn good, good enough to be a first team All-Pro, Terry.
Didn't deserve it.
All right. All right.
All right, let me ask you guys. Forget what I said. Was Penei Sewell great this year? KG.
Great?
Yes.
I wouldn't say great. No.
What?
Huh?
Great? Because they got the standards of how.
Yes, he was great. He was the best offensive lineman in the fucking league. He was a first-team All-Pro. He is great.
I think he was so great that Jahmyr Gibbs had an unbelievable season. I think that he was so great that
against
Jared
bad
Goff,
teams.
despite a terrible offensive line, still put up an unbelievable offensive
Against
season.
bad teams.
And, yeah, well, maybe.
I asked you the question, and
He's very, very good.
he was solid.
I'm not. No, he's above solid, Terry. We're not
This is
doing
crazy, man.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Well, you know what else is solid?
they don't just give out all pros. I will say that.
Oh, is this it?
Chill medicated.
Yeah, I need some chill medicated or something stronger because chill medicated won't even get me high because it's non-transdermal. Let's face it, no matter what we do, we all have our aches and pains that we deal with on a daily basis. Providing you with reliable relief so that you can live your best life is what Chill Medicated is here to do. Chill Medicated's top-of-the-line topical products are non-transdermal, meaning it doesn't get you high, making it the perfect fit for all-day use in any environment. Find reliable relief where it matters most. Pain may be inevitable, but suffering is not. Try it today at chillmedicatedcbd.com. Penei Sewell's the best offensive lineman in the league.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
You know, it says here that Sundays in Detroit just got smoother, but it's all 7 days of the week because Sun Cruiser is here. You guys have heard every single show talk about it because it truly is that good. It's real vodka, it's iced tea, no bubbles. I love that part, Terry. I love the no bubbles because you can drink them. They're 4.5 alcohol percentage, so you got to be a little bit careful, but because you're not going to taste it. They're so damn good.
You know what it means? You can have a Sun Cruiser and not burp.
And
Facts.
That's the thing, man. I love that. But listen, perfect for couch gates, tailgates, wherever you're at. Honestly, you've got to try Sun Cruiser if you haven't already. But please, when you do so, drink responsibly. We back. BDE on a bourbon. Friday, I'm partaking, gentlemen.
I see that.
Shout out.
Salute.
Up.
The what are they called, Terry?
Oh, these are the Japanese limited
Suzuki
edition
glasses.
Suzuki glasses.
They're badass.
And they said that if you sniff the bourbon, it smells different. I didn't believe it, but it does.
Have you ever put bourbon in the microwave for about 6 seconds?
Huh?
What happened?
Heat up your bourbon and then take a big whiff. Clear you right out. Which I could use some of that. I could use a little clear out.
Chris Agar with the super chat in there. He says Penei Sewell is the Nick Lidstrom of the Lions, and I agree. And they like to tell us in the chat that Penei Sewell allowed 2 sacks this year. 2. So sorry, yeah, he allowed 1 over the past 2 years combined. So yeah, fuck, shouldn't have been all pro. He allowed
I
2
guess
sacks.
Jared Goff is so elusive they couldn't catch it.
Ted Sauce says Terry low key just saying ish. Dante 151 says you can't forget that one Lakers team with Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, Derek Fisher. That team was a pain in the ass to wash. And Labertini says shout out to Anson. So
Shout out
to all you guys.
Shout out.
I had another.
Don't forget they had Ron Artest too.
They did. And
Meta world peace.
I want to switch these 2 topics around because I really want to do this one for the clip, and I want Terry and Anson's opinion on this because there was a big thing with the Lions before Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes got here about only getting their guys, the choir boys, the guy that'll walk your grandma across the street, stuff like that. That has changed. That's not the only thing they go after now. But they have their own kind of player that they like, that grit culture, that guy like that. Is Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, are they too obsessed with the grit culture when it comes to players or coaches?
That's a great question.
I'm going to say no. Their mistake that they're making is they're not willing to add to that core. I get it about, liking your guys, St. Brown, Goff, Penei Sewell, even him. I like but the hesitancy is to mess with the salary cap and to gamble. I like this core. This core should win a Super Bowl.
Agreed.
This core should be contenders for a Super Bowl at the very least. They are good. But when you have a core, at a certain point, they can only go so far. Mm-hmm. You have to add on to that core. So, you know what? I'd be in love with the core too. But you got to add on, and you have to be willing to take risk on other guys.
I talk about the offense that we saw the first few years of this team, and they had to play desperate because that's the hole they were in every single Sunday. When you look at this team, when they first took over and Spielman came in and hired these guys, they were desperately in need of culture. They needed grit guys. They needed the guys that were walking to grandma's across the street. They could not afford any problems. But now everybody in Detroit says SOL's over, all right? Now, I don't believe that this franchise looks anything like the other franchises I've come to know and still love. I still need to see them get to a Super Bowl. But with this team, man, I lost my place there.
Oh, it's all good.
It's this bourbon, bro. It's this bourbon.
Answer can't handle
I
bourbon
can't,
Friday.
man. I know
Maybe we should give the bro some Vernors instead.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know a little bit of Vernors.
But no, I think that there is a level of yes to that.
I think at this point now you've established your culture and you can bring in some CD Deuce type of players.
Right.
Some people that are a little bit of a risk that might actually cost you less because people don't want to bring them in. To that culture point, if we've established this culture the way that we have this decade, then you should be able to bring in a couple of problems and assimilate them into your culture. And I think that that's a great question that Spenny posed, because right now you're at that point. Like, are we going to stay in the conservativeness that we've got to preserve this culture that we've created, or do we have to take chance? Because now we're at that point. But we're at that tipping point, and this year we went backwards.
And it's not even problem guys, because there's not a ton of problem guys in the National Football League. Otherwise,
oh no,
there is,
whoa.
But there's not as many. There's not as many as people make it out to be. And in terms of the Lions,
rapists.
There's rapists.
No wife beaters.
There's wife beaters in it.
All right.
But I'm
just asking.
But not every player is a problem. Not every player with talent is a problem player. I think the Lions they have a thing with players of the unknown. They have a thing of wanting to take a chance on the unknown, and if it doesn't work, then we have to answer for that. That seems to be Brad Holmes.
I am going to give you a Terry Foster philosophy. You need a couple dicks in the locker room.
Yeah.
You do. Just dudes you don't like. It's like, oh, man, get this dude away.
But it's our dick.
That's right.
We do not promote sexual gratification in any way. This is all in satirical, comedic purposes. Do not sue us.
Appreciate that disclaimer.
Another thing of that, like another microcosm of that, is when you look at the coaching staff that they're trying to put together. And they always, they seem to lean towards the former players, the grit type of guys. Especially with this offensive coordinator hire, I don't necessarily want a grit guy as the OC. I want a fucking nerd. I want this dorky, pencil pusher, offensively analytic guy. But I do think Dan Campbell will lean that way outside of his man's man. Like, I love Dan Campbell, obviously. I'm not bashing him or anything, but that's the guys that he likes to surround himself with. They tried it with Anthony Lynn. It didn't work. You brought in a nerd and Ben Johnson. It worked. They tried it with Johnny Morton. It didn't work. Do you bring in a nerd? Forget about the grit.
Nerds.
No, I'm not for a nerd. I'm not for a grit guy. I'm for a motherfucker. Somebody's coming and say, hey, Dan, here's what we're going to do. And you're not going to, it may not work at first, but you're not taking play calling away from me. I'm coming in here to get this job. I'm going to get the job done.
You got to have some big cojones to step in and say that to
There
Dan.
you go, Mr. Cahona.
And I'm okay with that. I like that. I just don't know if they're out there.
I think they are. And if Dan, is the coach that we think he is, he'll be okay with conceding some power. I don't think it's a power dynamic at all. Nor do I think it's just all grit all the time and we have no place for nerds. Guess what? Brad Holmes is one of the biggest nerds there is. Ben Johnson, when you found him, very, very big nerd, as we've come to know and see. So I just think that, they really have to start evaluating and realizing you can't draft and develop your way out of everything. You can't draft and develop your way to a Super Bowl. We're not asking you to go out and get every single big free agent name that hits the market. But what we are asking you to do is realize at certain positions, I should probably change my line of thinking when the Lions are in the position that they're in right now. That's all I want.
Well, I love this conversation because I think that we have gone safe. We've gone with the grit guys. It's weird that they're willing to go with college guys that they don't know, but they're not willing to go with productive NFL players that they don't know. For me right now, I've been saying this for weeks. We're a team that we've established ourselves as a stepping stone to become a head coach. We've already graduated too. Why are we going out and getting these 3, 4, 5-year development OC, DC type of guys when you look at what the Philadelphia Eagles have done, and they basically had a new offensive coordinator each and every year for the last 5 years or so? I think that we're in that position. I think we're a premier landing spot, and I think you have to go out and get one of those premier OCs, and I think that that's what we'll talk about after the break.
No, you know what? They need to bring in an OC where you look and say, man, this dude could be the head coach here.
100%. Or
but
somewhere
maybe
else.
That's not what Dan Campbell wants.
I think that you look at like Izzo for years. He's like, I don't want to invest in these guys who are going to leave after a year. Those guys win championships.
Yeah.
Period. And you
He's
can get an OC that can help you do that. Yeah, he had to, didn't he?
Yeah, he's changed a little bit.
And you look at the best era under Dan Campbell is when he had two guys that were striving to be head coaches, in Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, and that's where you had the best offense in the league, and even with a litany of injuries, you had a top 10 defense.
And you know what, brother? Nobody is clamoring for the offensive or defensive coordinator who was fired now.
Yeah, nobody's calling up Johnny
Morton. You finished 9-8.
Johnny Morton might get a quality control job somewhere.
Yeah.
No, he was already spotted at the Broncos practice or something like that.
As a quality control manager.
Probably, yeah.
H2O
If
manager.
you don't lose your OC or in DC, it means you had a mediocre to poor year.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to be getting a new OC. We do know that. And when we come back from the break, we want to hear from you guys in the chat. Super chat us who you would love to have. And then we'll tell you who's coming to Detroit to interview.
And let me tell you first about Black Rock, because the Woodward heavyweights are heading to Black Rock Bar and Grill in Davison, Michigan for the third Black Rock food review on Wednesday, January 28th from 5 to 7 p.m. They'll be joined by special guest Darren McCarty trying the all-new Enforcer Cut 25-ounce ribeye inspired by the legend himself. Order the Enforcer Cut at your local Black Rock today for a chance to win a signed Darren McCarty jersey or 2 tickets to the Detroit versus Colorado at LCA on Saturday, January 31st. To enter, you post a picture of your steak using hashtag BREnforcerCut and hashtag giveaway. The winner will be announced by Darren McCarty live from Black Rock, Davison during the heavyweights show on the 28th. Find a location near you at blackrockrestaurants.com. And let me tell you about
1 minute.
D-Mac stuff. Forget the flowers. Let's talk hockey. This Valentine's Day, join a 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty for Hockey Talk and Hot Break. D-Mac and friends are taking over Diamondback Music Hall for a night of legendary stories, laughs, and the kind of grit only a Detroit icon can deliver. Again, it's Saturday, February 14th at Diamondback Music Hall in Belleville, Michigan. Doors are at 6. Show is at 7. Make sure you go get your tickets now. Pre-sale only $25. Go to diamondbackmusichall.com to get yourself some tickets. It's Hockey Talk and Hot Break with Darren McCarty.
That flyer, though.
ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
Hey, look, there's Maz. He's across the street right now at Jack's Car Wash, getting his second car wash of the day. And you can get your first one for free. All you got to do is text WSN to 888-522-1729, and Woodward Sports and Jack's are going to hook you up with a car wash. And considering this crap week, I already know your car needs it. They got free vacuums, free compressed air, free mat cleaning rooms, and they got over 40 locations around Metro Detroit. So head on over to Jack's Car Wash, and don't forget, text that WSN to 888-522-1729 and get your car shining for free. Welcome back, BDE. And Ben Johnson, our buddy here. How you doing, Terry?
I'm having a great time.
You got loud that last hour.
I just wanted to convey my point, and I did.
You did. And you got Spenny a little fired up. I have a feeling that Spenny's going to be fired up about this next conversation, and that is the offensive coordinator, soon to be, we don't know who it will be, but soon to be Detroit Lions OC. We've got a man in town. Tell us about him, Spenny.
Run him off.
Yeah,
You're excited.
No, not excited.
Throw tomatoes at the hotel.
They're bringing in Arthur Smith for an interview.
Yawn.
And if you don't know who Arthur Smith is, he was the former head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. He was the offensive coordinator for Pittsburgh last year. He's a Nepo baby whose dad owns FedEx. And so he got his son a job with the Washington Commanders when FedEx had the naming rights for the Commanders Stadium. And he has been being gifted jobs ever since, because his claim to fame, his claim to being a good offensive mind in the NFL, was he put together a damn good run offense in Tennessee with Derrick Henry.
He's good.
He's not good.
No, I mean, Derrick Henry's kind of good.
Derrick Henry is good.
Yeah.
Arthur Smith is not.
Pretty much anybody can coach.
Yes.
Derrick Henry.
Here's the ball. Run forward.
Yes, 3 straight 7-10 seasons.
Get hit and keep moving.
Honestly, like, I've heard that he can be a good offensive coordinator. He certainly was way out of his depth when he was a head coach. What I remember of Arthur Smith is having a tight end who had the best rookie season a tight end had ever had, basically, in Kyle Pitts, and then he erased him. He erased the best weapon that they had over there.
Arthur Smith did that.
No, Arthur Smith did that. I believe
No,
his style of offense is ancient. I don't believe that he is the guy for this team or really any other, unless you like winning 4 games, 5 games a year. I don't want him here.
No, he definitely didn't utilize Bijan Robinson the right way. That's, to me, is the biggest egregious of them all. And when you just look at what he did with the Steelers offense, nothing to write home about. And I get it, you had a sorry-ass old quarterback like Aaron Rodgers.
You love
backing the
him.
team up. But, I mean, it is what it is. The track record is the track record. And for this particular situation, I don't know if he's the right guy, because I don't think he's going to bring anything innovative to this offense. I mean, you saw what he did with the weapons that he had in Atlanta. You couldn't even make that work. So,
All right, fellas, let me say this. I think Arthur Smith would be an excellent choice
Damn it, Terry.
for the New Orleans
I
Saints.
knew he was going to say something.
Right, I was about to say, wait for
You're
it.
going to piss Spenny off, man.
Wait for it.
It's like the thing about Arthur Smith, outside of hanging his hat on Derrick Henry's success, is like, if you want your third string tight end and backup running back to look good, then you hire Arthur Smith. But if you want anybody else in your offense to look good, you don't hire Arthur Smith. Because the whole thing with the Falcons was, wow, they have all of these weapons. Wow, they've got Drake London and Darnell Mooney and Kyle Pitts and a good run game. Why isn't this team good? Why aren't they having success? Why is the offense look so stagnant for 3 quarters? Because that dude sucks, man. I don't understand bringing him in.
So, AI, run game expertise, known for developing dominant rushing attacks, famously with Derrick Henry in Tennessee, a key reason for interest from teams like the Lions.
But
yet he had 2,000-yard rushers and couldn't figure out how to use them.
But
Insane.
couldn't you have Bozo the Clown as offensive coordinator and be able to get yards for Derrick Henry?
Agreed. Absolutely. And again, he had Tyler Algier, who he did get 1,000 yards as a rookie, and then you draft Bijan the next year. And, I mean, realistically, Bijan could be a 3,000-yard guy, all-purpose yard guy, if you utilize him. And I get that they balance the two, but
1,000-yard rusher ain't what it used to be.
no, I said 3,000 yards.
No. You said
Algier, yeah.
yeah.
No, it's not.
Algier. To me, it's not that special anymore.
To me, he doesn't bring anything aside from a perceived run skill. I think this would not be celebrated by Detroit Lions fans. I think that this would not go over well at all, especially when you had Mike McDaniel on the board.
Yeah.
Everybody talking about him. That's the nerd we want. That's the analyst guy we want, right?
I'll even take a young, hungry guy that, has worked as a passing game coordinator in somebody's good offensive system, but Arthur Smith is just not it.
You talking
man.
about David Blau?
It's just
How you like me now?
David Blau was hired, by the way. David Blau got hired by the Commanders.
Quick, by the way.
He did. But no, I would much rather take a chance on someone like that than Arthur Smith. He's had plenty of opportunities to prove himself. I don't think he brings anything to this Lions team that'll help them get back to where they were.
You guys got some names?
I don't know. How'd that offense do in the playoffs?
What, the Steelers? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3 points.
Damn.
I mean, how do you
Case
bring-
closed.
That's what I'm like, what's it?
How
the
is
Steelers?
that guy on your radar right now? Because Kenneth Gainwell had a good year?
I mean, the Lions play in the field.
Nah, it's retread. The NFL still brings in retreads at least for interviews, and sometimes they hire them.
A lot of
He's got a name in the league. He's got friends in the league. People know him, so he's going to get interviews.
a Nepo baby, as Spenny said. For those of you at home, he's referring to nepotism. I had never heard that one before. Spenny, who are the offensive coordinators you want to see come in for an interview at the very least?
Guys they've already interviewed, I like Jake Petz a lot. Yeah. I think that he is a very good option. He's done a lot throughout the league. He's been in the league for 11 years. He was with he was the running backs coach for the Raiders when Latavius Murray was a Pro Bowler. He was the quarterbacks coach for the Raiders when Derek Carr made 3 consecutive Pro Bowls. He was Christian McCaffrey's running back coach when he led the league in scrimmage yards. He was with Sean McVay in Washington and in L.A., and then obviously the past couple years as Seattle's passing game coordinator, he had Geno Smith and Sam Darnold looking like all-pro level players.
Okay, I'm going to get out the way when I mention this offensive coordinator candidate to Spenny. Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah. Terry, I'd rather have Dan Orlovsky than Arthur Smith.
That's
I'll tell you that.
Ding, ding, ding.
That
Me
is
too.
a fact.
Me too.
And I don't want Dano at all.
I don't want Dano either.
Yeah, stay in the TV booth.
Did
You've
Mike
been great.
McDaniel land somewhere, or is he still?
No,
Still flirty. Still
yeah.
doing interviews.
Is that a realistic thing? Do you think that could
I
happen?
think it's
here?
realistic. I don't think he's going to get a head coaching job.
I don't either.
But what you do is you say, okay, we had a great interview. I know you want to be a head coach. God bless you. Good luck.
Yeah, and in one
We'll
year
see
you
in
can
2
be
weeks.
if you take all the weapons here and play with them for a year. Because there's no other situation he can go to with more offensive weapons than being the OC in Detroit. You take this team to the Super Bowl. You don't even have to win it, and you punch your ticket anywhere as an HC next year.
Here's why I like Mike McDaniel. I think he could be a good offensive coordinator. But Dan Campbell, if McDaniel and the offense isn't quite clicking after 3 games, he's not going to take over play calling from him. He's going to say, I still believe in him. He can still turn this around. I'm staying out the way. You don't want Dan Campbell calling plays next year.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Too much on that plate for sure.
So there's certain OCs that if he hires them, guys that we're saying, he could be the head coach here in Detroit. If he hires a guy like that, he's not going to take play calling from him. So that's what I want. Some guy with a little bit of profile like McDaniel and Campbell will leave him alone and things will work out eventually.
That's an interesting point you bring up because I think all Lions fans believe that they'll get the OC right this time to where we don't have to do that. But we've seen that happen 2 different times with this team. You go out and you get yourself a project, things aren't going well, a month and a half into the season, and you could see a repeat of that. I like that. A guy like McDaniel, you're not taking that away from him.
Right.
I mean, he'd quit and leave because now you've absolutely taken away his future as a head coach.
Yeah, McDaniel's still kind of in the prime of his career. When you look at the other people that were brought in, Anthony Lynn, failed head coach with the Chargers, kind of an older school guy, wasn't really going to work out. And then when you look at Johnny Moe, practically the same thing. He had been around the league a long time, only one opportunity to really coach something significant before the Lions. So, yeah, I think that if you go with somebody that's still kind of in the prime of their career that can still go out there and be able to draw up the X's and O's, I think they'll be better for it. So.
Yeah. And I think you'll be better for getting in touch with Sharon's, won't they, Spenny?
About Sharon's.
I'm going to tell you all about it because I know everybody's cold right now. We had a nice little week of the 40s, but now we're back into the teens. And, man, you live in Detroit. You can't mess around with your heating. So you got to give a call out to Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning. They've been doing it for over 42 years. Listen, if your system ever breaks down unexpectedly, Sharon's has you covered with fast, dependable emergency service, which, as we know in Detroit, if it happens, you need to get it fixed quick. So check out their website, sharonsheating.com, or give them a call, 734-238-3805. Make sure you tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
All right, it's time to upgrade y'all chill game to a championship level, and you can only do that with Gold Crown. You know the slogan, smoke like royalty. Gold Crown is a Michigan brand through and through with some of the finest cannabis products in the state. And they got the Crown Jewels gummies packed with nerds, because everybody loves nerds. They got the Infused Jesters pre-rolls that hit harder than Jack Campbell on a third down play. Gold Crown is all about giving you top shelf quality without the royal price tag. All rise for the reign of royal highs, only with Gold Crown.
Welcome back, BDE. We're well into the second hour here on a Bourbon Friday. Terry Foster, I'm Anson. Shout out KG. Shout out KG for training me on the audio booth, which I had to do yesterday.
I got you.
Braylon show. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you.
It's all good. It's about damn time you got in here.
And no doubt. And then, of course, Spenny, the man of many hats here, is holding it down for us, and we are talking Lions, we're talking OC, and now we're talking Detroit GMs. I really like this one that you got here, Spenny. I think that this one's going to fire up the chat, so get those super chats ready. We want to hear your rankings. He wants us to rank the general managers in Detroit, Terry. Talking Brad Holmes.
I know who at the bottom.
Y. KG's favorite, Scott Harris, a guy named Trajan Langdon, very welcome new addition here in the last couple of years. And then after we rank them, let's decide who's going to win the first chip here. KG, I'm going to start with you.
All right.
Now, I know Scott Harrison, you're number one, right?
Nah.
Okay, who's your number one, buddy?
Not even close. Yeah, I would put Scott Harris at 4. Scott Harris at 4. I'd put Brad Holmes at... Stevie Y at 3. I'd put Brad Holmes at 2 and Trajan at 1 right now.
Ooh. All right, Terry, about you?
We are in agreement. But I think Steve Eisenman and Scott Harris are handicapped by the fact that they're trying to run teams that are run by Chris Ilitch.
Yep.
Same old
denominator.
There's certain things they can't do. And they're being criticized for things that I don't think they're in agreement with. There's a salary cap in the NFL, and I think Sheila Hamp, if Brad Holmes wanted to spend money for certain, she'd say, okay, cool, let's let's do it. I think, Tom Gores, he don't care. He got so much money. It's just whatever. If Trajan wanted to make some crazy moves, he would do. But Chris Ilitch runs it more as a business and not as a sports guy.
Yeah.
So I think Steve Eisman, I know Steve Eisman has wanted to make some other moves that fans were in favor of, and Chris Ilitch is like, and the Tigers obviously are not going to spend like the Dodgers, and they shouldn't, but they want to remain middle of the pack as far as payroll and less risky, and I think that's the philosophy from up top, and Scott Harris has to pull it off. He has to pull it off the best that he can and make this team competitive. The Tigers, you know what? Of all the teams in the city, you know who's in the best situation? The Tigers. Here's why. The Tigers don't care about winning a championship. Do they want to win one? Yes. Are they willing to go all out for one? No. But they're in the perfect spot. The Central Division of the American League is awful. It's a bunch of poo-poo teams. So they can win that, make it in the playoffs, and most fans are going to be happy with that. Our Tigers are in the playoffs. Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's go buy some hats and caps and all kinds of stuff. So the Tigers don't have to pay because they're going to give fans enough to make you happy. I don't think there is a burning desire with most fans for the Tigers to win a championship. Do they want to see them win one? Yes. Are they willing to knock down the walls to have their team do it? No. So the Tigers are in a perfect spot.
Yeah, Tigers are kind of a social experience.
Right.
For sure.
We'll go out, suntan, watch the ladies, see what the Tigers can do. If they win, great. They don't.
I'm having an $8 ballpark Frank.
$8.50.
There you go. Spenny, this is your question, so I'm going to save you for last here. For me, I'm going to go Steve at number 4.
Really?
Just because he's been here the longest.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that 4 is bad, because all 4 of the general managers that we have here, I think we're very blessed to have. I think that Scott is number 3. I could tentatively put him at 2, and you'd be kind of shocked who I have at 2, and that's Trajan Langdon, because I am in the minority and by believing that Troy Weaver did a lot of the heavy lifting. And what he handed off to Trajan was a core 6 with clean books. Now, Trajan did not screw that up. He took that and he ran with it. And then this offseason, he got even better somehow and even deeper. Love what he's done. But I'm sorry. You've got 60 years of losing. You've got 60 years of broken culture. I brought it up yesterday and I got almost shot by Braylon when I said that the Lions, the perception around the league and everybody else's city, the other 31, the Lions are the Detroit peasants of the NFL. But we haven't been in the last 5 years.
No,
we haven't been the last.
How about the Washington Generals?
The Browns or the Lions? Those are the two laughing stocks in 30 other cities when it comes to NFL franchises. But we haven't been that all of this decade.
So you don't go far enough. This is one of the worst franchises in all of sports.
100%. And I don't need to go that far because Braylon almost jumped into that audio booth yesterday when I said that people consider them the Detroit peasants of the NFL. The fact is that team has gotten further in the playoffs than any of these squads have. 15 years or more. So you got to hand it to Brad Holmes. I know he let a lot of us down. A lot of people are frustrated with him, think he's arrogant, but he gifted us football worth watching for 4 straight years now.
Yeah, I agree. At number 4, I'm putting Scott Harris, even though he's not the GM, but he runs the team. Yeah. So I'm putting Scott Harris at 4. At number 3, I'm putting Trajan Langdon just because he can easily jump up, but he hasn't made the move yet that really put him over the top. They haven't even won a playoff game yet. And like Anson said, he didn't come in with a great core, but he came in with kind of a clean slate. Yeah. And when you look at the other 2 guys, Steve Yzerman and Brad Holmes had to dig their franchises out of shit, like deep, deep shit. Yeah. And what Steve Yzerman walked into with absolutely no farm system and a ridiculous amount of old veterans on ludicrous contracts. He had to dig out of that, and now we're seeing this year especially that I expect them to make the playoffs in, all of his guys being there. And the moves that he made this offseason and a thing that I like is he listened to his captain. He listened to his team because Dylan Larkin sat at the podium last year and said, Steve Yzerman didn't do enough to help us make the playoffs. And what did he do? He went out there and he got John Gibson. He got James Van Riemsdyk, and he got Mason Appleton. And those three guys have been key factors for the Red Wings being first in the Atlantic. And then I'm still putting Brad Holmes at number 1. I know that he had an off year and he fumbled the bag or whatever at the trade deadline, which nobody at this network was more upset about his lack of movement at the trade deadline than I was. But what he's done to turn around the Detroit Lions with his guys and make them consistent threats in the NFC, even though they had a down year, I think he's still number 1 for me.
Who's winning the next chip? That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. I'm going to say the Pistons.
KG?
I think the Pistons are closer than anyone.
Terry?
Damn. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, well,
it's
rare we're unanimous.
It is, but like with basketball, it's if you've got a superstar, which you do, that one player can affect the game so much compared to any other sport. Like in the NFL, if you have one guy that fucks up, it ruins everything. Yep. But in the NBA, if you have one guy that's elite, he can put you in a finals. Now, would you win it? Who knows?
Can I push back slightly on the Steve Yzerman love? Yes, they're going to make the playoffs this year. I don't think they're going to have another March swoon like they always do. But isn't about damn time?
Yes.
A little bit, yeah.
This is the year they have to make the playoffs this year, for sure. Absolutely. And they're going to. And I think they're going to win a playoff game or a playoff series.
You're talking about the Wings or the Pistons?
The Wings.
Oh,
well,
Wings.
the
if they play the Maple Leafs,
Pistons
of course.
too.
What are your expectations for the Pistons? What would be considered a failure for you at this point?
If they don't win...
Losing in the first round?
Yeah, if they don't win at least one. Yeah. I expect them to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. And that's my...
Anything less for me is a failure.
Yeah, I would agree with... failure is aggressive, but...
Who are you losing to in the second round where you don't feel like it's a failure?
No, that's true. That's true.
You know?
Yeah. If you get Boston and Tatum's back seed, or something like that, but... Yeah. No,
if the Pistons make the playoffs and lose in the first round, that is a failure.
Yeah,
major.
Flat out. Yeah.
Major. Especially when you're healthy. Last year, you're talking about, we didn't win because we didn't have Beef and we didn't have Ivy. You know?
No, you got to win a playoff series.
What about you, KJ? Who's winning one first?
You
said the Pistons?
Yeah, I said the Pistons.
I wanted to change it. I'm sorry. Who's making a finals first? Because the Pistons might not make it this year, and I don't think that the Lions are a long shot to be in the Super Bowl.
No, they're not.
At all.
You know what?
It's way harder to make
it could be the Lions if Brad Holmes puts on his big boy pants this offseason.
Okay.
He's got the opportunity to do that. Actually, he's got a better opportunity to do that. But is he going to step up and say, hey, I'm badass Brad Holmes. I want to bring a championship. I feel your pain. We're going for it. Money's no object because the salary cap in the NFL is not real.
Well, it seems like trades are on the mind of the fans of all four teams in this state right now. I know we got some bills to pay, but when we come back...
We got a lot of super chats to clean up.
We do. Let's clean them up.
Yeah. Labertini says, LOL, Terry, and Meta World Peace when we were talking about the Lakers super teams. And Panda's friend as well. Remember, he was Panda's friend for a little bit. People forget about that one. Burn in there says, what I learned in all of this is how far playing in the divisional round last year put us behind the 8 ball when we lost Ben, AG, and the other 5. And yeah, it's... You know, when you're winning games in the NFL, all of your coaches are showcased and people poach them. But good teams respond from that. Dan Campbell did not do a good enough job appointing his staff, and Brad Holmes did not do a good enough job replacing the talent on this team for them to come back and be just as good.
I think he's afraid to lose guys, and he should be excited to build his tree.
They are too in love with their guys, both coaches and players-wise. Yeah. And that's what makes them great, but it's also a detriment.
Yep.
Poor Daryl said, the Fords and Smiths probably hang out in the Hamptons in the summer. Let's hope Sheila
And that's probably
DC.
No doubt. No doubt.
They are, I mean, FedEx and Ford, this is some
Great
Fortune
super chat.
500 companies. Delonte HD says, the Mets just signed Bo Bichette. Another bat the Tigers could have used. It's clear that the Tigers are hoping for a 2027 lockout at this point.
I would have loved to see him
Oh,
here.
my God. Wait a minute. I forgot this news. I forgot to tell you guys this. You guys making fun of the Tigers.
I get so excited over the sports page.
I'm
still
going
to this day.
Yes, I know you're excited. I'm going to tell you guys to shut up. You're always making fun of the Tigers. They're not serious about that, right? Who says that a lot?
I do.
Me. All right. The Tigers have signed 27-year-old right-handed pitcher Jalen Evans. So what do you guys say now about the Tigers?
Wait, where did he play high school ball at, Terry?
Warren Mott.
Mott, baby. Warren Mott. Isn't that your stopping ground?
No. Stop it.
Hey, listen.
He played college at Texas Wesleyan.
Oh, he's a good Christian boy.
Listen,
And-
I had some friends that went to Mott.
Shut up, Spinny. Now I'm just going to stop you like a buffalo, dude.
These two today.
Shut up when I tell you this. Jalen Evans had walked 55 batters in 68 innings in the
my
Frontier
good God.
League.
What?
Yes. All right.
There's our Scooble replacement.
So what y'all motherfuckers got to say now?
There's our Scooble replacement.
The Tigers
There you
are
go.
World
Listen,
Series contenders.
Terry, I've had friends that go to Warren Mott. Obviously, that's in the same district as me. And
It's a fine school.
I'll tell you what, Kenny Goings, a very fine local basketball player, went to Warren Mott. So,
That's tough, bro.
All right, next super chat. Labartney says, how about a shout out to KG and Spenny? Appreciate you, brother.
shout out.
Shout out to you as well in the super chat.
my dog.
And Labartney sent us something. It should be here soon. It's going to be a nice addition to Bourbon Fridays. I can't wait for that to get here. Grandpa Joe's Stinky Toes in the super chat says, Brad Holmes bust out the Gators. I know Terry wants him to bust out the Gators.
Right.
He ain't busting them out for me yet.
He is not. And then finally, Curtis Schultz, Sergeant in there. He says, Lions' worst franchise ever, maybe, but they have the 5th most wins in the NFL. Yes, and an original team, but still can't
Since
deny
the
that fact
30s.
of today.
Since
Yeah.
the 30s.
Yeah,
that's like
90% of these teams weren't even in the league.
Yeah,
when
it's
they
like
were playing.
Michigan bragging about wins over the Chicago Dental School.
What are
Hey,
the top
don't step out there if you
Sorry.
ain't ready to strap them
top
up.
5 is like
How
Packers.
about
Step out
this?
there.
Let's use the Lions' win percentage and see where does that rank amongst the NFL.
Probably last, I would assume.
Yeah, very much.
What is
Definitely
it?
bottom 5.
Top 5 or original 5 with Browns, Bears, Lions, Packers, Giants?
Something like that.
Sounds good to me.
Right.
All right, let's go to break.
Pay some bills.
That was
Spenny.
supposed to be a fun segment, and it just got depressing. I got to tell you guys about Mad
fucking
Packs.
Tigers.
Got all these new reads, man.
Right.
Brennan's doing his job too well. All right, Mad Packs fans. If you're looking to elevate your rotation, listen up. You already know about the high-lows and the boom shakalakas, but Mad Packs has something special for the new year. Make sure you go to any King of Buds location or the Vibe location in Inkster, and you can get 4 Boom Shakalakas for just $20 or 5 high-low pre-rolls for $12. And every single Mad Packs ounce comes with a free Boom Shakalaka. So you know that's in any King of Buds locations and the Vibe location
Shout out.
in Inkster. So make sure you go check it out there. Go to getmadpacks.com. Mad flavor, mad high. Mad Packs.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown!
of Michigan.
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill sub-zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill sub-zero.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
My buddy moved to the East Coast, and he comes back. The first thing that he eats when he gets to Detroit is the original Detroit-style deep dish from Buddy's. I was on the phone with him yesterday. He's like, "Do you guys have Buddy's in this week?" Literally asking me about it. Listen, it's the original, man. They've been doing it for 79 years, I believe. They got locations all around Metro Detroit. They make our day here very special anytime that they come in and see us. But head on over to Buddy's. Check them out. Bring your family. Look at that pie. I mean, look at that thing. Oh, yeah, we're going to hook you up, too. 10 meal. When you go to buddyspizza.com, it's going to save you 10% off your entire order. Head on over to buddyspizza.com. Get yourself some of that Detroit deep dish.
Beautiful.
All right, guys, welcome back.
I do want to say, 1 year ago today, it popped up in my memories, was the Woodward Heavyweights emo episode.
Oh, summertime.
Damn, it's been a whole year?
It's been a year,
That's
dude.
nuts, bro.
Shit is crazy. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was an
18
all-timer,
hours,
bro.
16 hours? How long was it?
18 hours.
Unbelievable.
Hall of Fame stream.
You guys must have been chafed.
It was...
A lot of leather.
Yeah, it was bad. Well, the emo episode was to raise money for the sub.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Those were two different. Yeah, I remember the hair. Okay.
Yeah.
Spenny, are you still a heavyweight?
I think so. I still consider myself a heavyweight, yeah.
You're not a fat ass.
No.
He's strong and svelte.
He's a light heavyweight.
He's like
it's okay.
ready to beat people up now.
Yeah, I was up over 300 pounds. I was about 312 at my biggest, and now I'm down to 250.
I see the videos. I think you're ready to fight Darren McCarty.
Hey, I mean,
I don't
know about that.
Even Smitty. I have a lot of belief in Smitty. I don't know about that.
I've taken some punches from D-Mac before, even in a joking manner.
Yeah.
Those are solid ass fists.
Yeah.
I don't think you realize how solid and large of a man he is until you buy him.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's not even a dad. He's got like 17 dad strength, man, like Tom's ex, man. That man, one of the most intriguing human beings ever, but I would not want to mess with him. That
Julius
was for damn
Gunn
sure.
with the super chat said, "Did you see Amon-Ra's comments on his podcast?" I do have that if we want to pivot to that.
Yes.
Amon-Ra and Equinemius were on their podcast. Great podcast, by the way, the St. Brown Brothers podcast.
Well, why is he on the jugs machine?
Yeah, why isn't he getting training in? But here's what they had to say.
Are the Lions appealing for free agents next year? I think the Lions are always appealing, especially with the guys we got. Like we're always, especially with Dan, we're appealing to anybody.
Yeah, you guys need. Yeah, I want to see you guys make some good moves in free agency. Honestly, like
you and me both.
Yeah, I do. I feel like you guys will be good next year. You guys you guys are rebuilding. It's fine.
So I said this yesterday on Heavyweights, and I already mentioned it earlier in this show, but like this gives me not as direct, but slight vibes of what Dylan Larkin did last year when he called out Steve Yzerman for not moving and not making moves at the deadline. Now, obviously, that was much more direct and a lot more frustration because it's been a couple years in that system to where this is really the first step back we've seen for the Lions. But Amon-Ra St. Brown, one of the most, if not the most high-profile players on this team. He's a 3-time All-Pro. He got paid. He's one of your leaders. He is everything you want about your grit culture and what you provide. He's saying, I need Brad Holmes to make some moves.
Yeah, that's your most visible.
Amen. But you know what? Here is the fake Detroit fans have fallen into, and shame on you. Detroit fan, these teams keep telling us, this is small market, can't spend, can't take chances. That's baloney. Yes, they can. They choose not to, and they have poisoned the fan base into thinking this is a small market. It's not.
It's not small market.
The Tigers and the Red Wings are run by a billionaire, right?
Yep.
The Lions, I understand because they have constraints, they have a philosophy, and they're afraid to do things. But these teams could shake their asses, shake their tail feathers, and do whatever they want. But they don't want to because they're afraid to take chances. They're afraid to go and try to push the floor down or the wall down to win a championship.
But why, though? Why has it always been that way here?
This is a conservative area run by conservative people, and they're just afraid. They're afraid that if they take a chance it doesn't work, then it's going to go all to hell.
Is that more?
And you know what? The fan base is okay with every team being okay.
I don't think
I can
we're
live with
okay
that.
with it. I don't think we have much of a say in it. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. I think most fans want to see our teams get aggressive.
They want to see it, but are they willing to protest?
No.
They'll protest when the Lions reach rock bottom like they did a few years ago, and they had the Million Man March led by Sean Baligian.
Shout out
That's
Sean.
right,
Right,
Sean.
shout out Sean. He was on the
Shout
front
out
line.
Sean.
I was there. I don't know, man.
But you have to hit rock bottom for people here to be
But
pissed.
that's the thing, KG, is like, I see your point in this, but this town has been void of anything for 15 years.
Right.
So I think it's really hard to take like an actual litmus test of a normal fan, because we're not normal fans. We had literally nothing for so long. And so now you give people something to watch, meaningful games. And like you've heard me, I'm not mad at any of these teams.
Yeah.
I know people are mad at the Tigers. They're mad at the Lions. They're not mad at the
But most
Pistons.
people are not mad.
And you know why? Because I haven't seen good sports for almost 20 years.
But you should demand it.
Well, and I agree. But you end up having a bad girl for a long enough, you get a halfway decent one. She might not even be that good, but you're excited.
Bro, Hammer, why do we always elevate or the Detroit team into a girlfriend? It's different.
Because we're beating lovers, man. We've been beaten in this town.
Nah, and I think the fans try to get back where they can, because we always talk about how empty LCA was before what we're seeing with the Red Wings and the Pistons right now. That place was a fucking ghost town, and it's one of the best state-of-the-art stadiums around. Like, I love going there. But it's tough, man. The Lions, especially in the Lions case, I think that Brad is a little bit gun-shy. I do think that he's afraid to sign the big-name player and it not work. But we had a cut from Howie Roseman on the morning show earlier, and he went to the podium at the end of the season and said, look, we want to plan for the future. That is a priority of ours, but we're also not going to sacrifice, trying to get good players right now. Yeah. And that's more along the lines of what we want to see here with our teams. We're not asking you to sell the whole farm. Clearly, your farm is what got you here to this point. But for God's sakes, right now has to be in consideration. It can't always be the future. It can't always be the books. It can't always be, hindsight. It's got to be, okay, we're good right now. How can we facilitate that and even make that better?
All right, can I go around the room? One question for all of you. The Detroit Pistons, are they serious about winning a championship?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yes.
The Detroit Lions, are they serious about winning a championship?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm going to say yes.
I still say yes.
The Detroit Red Wings, are they serious about winning a championship?
Yes, it just takes more time.
I think everybody but ownership is.
Yeah.
I think so.
The Detroit Tigers, are they serious?
Hell no.
Not a chance.
Okay, goody two shoes.
You was gonna put him number 2, answer.
Dorothy.
No, I'm just saying
the second best GM in this town.
You know who he is? This is Dorothy in the Wizard
Wait
of
a
Oz.
second. No, say it. Remember, how bad were the Tigers 3 years ago?
Yeah, they were really bad.
pretty
Okay,
bad.
we about 2 back-to-back playoff season.
But
when was the last time the Red Wings were in the playoffs?
If you're using the Troy Weaver excuse for Trajan, you can use the Al Avila excuse for Scott.
I don't think so. Al Avila's he's got some nice pieces at the minor league level.
All of his nice pieces are the leaders of your team right now. Tarek Skubal, Riley Green, these are all Al Avila guys.
Sure, but at the same
Kerry Carpenter. Oh wait, no, Kerry was Al Avila. Yeah.
Hey, I have Trajan just
Buckshot. Answer my question. Are the Tigers serious about winning?
I already said at best. I don't necessarily think that they are.
They not.
That's enough.
Not when you go and offer 19 plus and then come back and offer 19 to the best pitcher in the game.
Not when you make one free agent acquisition. One.
That's ridiculous. You know what?
Literally one guy.
If I were in charge of the Tigers, I would be ripped by all of you guys. You know why? Because you would be saying, why did T. Foss offer Skubal more than Boris did? That's not the way it's supposed to work. You're supposed to go lower and then come up. I would have offered more to make sure that he's a Detroit Tiger.
And tell the rest of the MLB we're serious.
And, Crazy Clown in the Woodward Sports Chat
Shout
says,
out.
again, the Tigers are the most successful team in the last 2 years, but I digress. I'm not going to talk to Platterboard again today. That's just not true. The Tigers have not won a division. The Tigers have not made it out of the ALDS.
Yeah.
The Lions won 2 divisions, and they made it to an NFC championship game.
There you go.
Right, but the Tigers are the second most successful, and then the Pistons did see the playoffs. I think that the Red Wings will equal that field out here.
And none of them are as successful as we want them to be or as they should be. So stop using shit as a fucking bar. Stop saying, they won a wild card series. Who the fuck cares about a wild card series?
That's a floppy bar.
He's pissed off, and I didn't do that.
No, you didn't.
Just to let you know.
You didn't, Terry.
It's a cop-out.
I'm going to ask you guys one quick question before we get to the break here. Spenny's got in here. I'm going to bring all 4 into it. What team makes the first trade out of all 4? Because we could see that happen in the Lions in a month or so.
Yeah,
we could see. Obviously, Tigers could move Skubal tomorrow. The Pistons could make a deal in the next month.
The teams make trades. You mean like higher level?
No, I'm saying
which
team are we going to see a trade from first?
And not for money considerations.
Because the question, which appropriately posed by Spenny, is just the Red Wings and Pistons. But I think we could see one from the Tigers before that. Who do you see making a trade first in this town?
It'll definitely be the Pistons because, one, they have a trade exception up to $14 million. You can get somebody in here without really paying for one.
People forget that.
Yeah, I almost guarantey the Pistons.
That's from
the
Dennis Schroeder deal over the summer.
Yeah, so I guarantee the Pistons will make a move first.
And a smaller move, maybe. I like an ancillary, 6'9", 6'10", stretch big that's not exciting. I don't think that they mess with the core. I do think that they make a small move. Spenny, about you?
I think it's both. I think it's the Pistons and the Red Wings. Yeah. I think they're both in a spot where they love their spot. They need to add somebody to kind of push them and solidify the fact that they're going to win a playoff series or 2, and I think they both will. So
the fact that they're in the Winter Olympics and there won't be much going on in February, and they are moving that trade deadline to early March, I believe, if I'm correct, in the NHL. I do believe it will be the Pistons first.
Despite
I don't think it's big, but
I still think it'll be the Red Wings.
Oh, you do?
I think, in a way, the Pistons are saying, we good.
Yep, they are.
And I wouldn't fight them on that.
Me neither.
If the Red Wings said, we good, I would fight them on that. If the Lions said, we good, I'd fight them on that.
Yep.
The Tigers, fight them on that. But the Pistons, I wouldn't be a jerk.
A year ago, we would have never thought that we'd be holding the Pistons as high up as we are in this city.
Stuff changes.
Loving that, man. What do we got coming up here? We got a break?
Yeah. Tell us about Dr. Pierce, KG.
I will tell the people about Dr. Pierce. And y'all know about Dr. Pierce. He's here every Tuesday right here on Big D Energy, and every Thursday on the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, where he shares top-tier advice to keep athletes in peak condition. And D-Mac trusted him for 4 Stanley Cups. He fixed Maz's tennis elbow. The man can work miracles, man. He can do it all. Dr. Chef Pierce and that secret sauce. He's here to help you stay in the game and perform at your best. Learn more at MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Listen, y'all, tax season is around the corner, and you ain't got to mess with that fat girl. You can instead go to Loom and get right, man, because they got 40% off of the stuff that you need. We all know what tax time is about, y'all. Let's not act brand new. But right now, score 40%. Right. Yeah, right. Spitty,
if it's 40% off, you know KG will be there with his cheap ass.
Oh, yeah, big facts. You damn right. Right now, you can score 40% off when you spend $80 or more with the promo code TAXBREAK80, running now through March 22nd. And if you're new to Loom, you'll get a free shake ounce just for stopping in. Plus, your first 3 visits come with freebies. Choose a Loom Eighth, a 200 milligram gummy, or a 1 gram cart with just a $20 spend. And you can get all of this at Loom's 41 locations or Loom.com.
I gotta be honest, Loom does not play.
No, they don't.
Oh man, what did 12 Mile in the Berkeley spot? 12 Mile in Woodward?
Yep.
Okay,
I haven't been to that
cheap.
I'm there. Went to the one in Southfield.
Off. Give me everything.
I'm there once a week, man. I'll take you with me next time.
No, I just went to the one that's.
It's so good.
I went to the one in Southfield. I saved $200.
And I gotta be honest with you, there are a lot of dispensaries around, and a lot of them are uncomfortable. They're kind of big, and when you go into this Loom, and I've heard it's the same way for all of them, they're really, it's just comfortable.
Shout out to Angel from the Loom in Berkeley.
And shout out to MJ over there as well. He took care of me and Justin.
I'm going to the Berkeley one next, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Honestly, I was really impressed with my experience there. Excuse me.
I like it that KG don't have to get his weed off the corner anymore.
Yeah, I know, right? Them days was tough, man.
Downtown Brown, baby. Let's go.
Having the plug going to the trap.
Oh, man, the plug doesn't answer. Like the worst one was when you get the money and you're buying a 40 bag. Back when we used to buy 40 bags. And you call the plug and you're like, all right, I'm on the way. You walk over there, you call him, doesn't answer. Call him, doesn't. You're just waiting outside the apartment. You're like, all right, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You go to the liquor store or something.
You're right.
He's
spinning you. He done left the crib. Picked up his baby mama.
Spinny is still not used to the new way of buying weed. He still hides his money when he can't. So no, you can do it out in the open.
You remember milk shoots?
Milk shoots?
Yeah, in the house, in the brick with the little.
Yeah.
Now, my guy down on the east side used to have one of those, and I used to burn him old Pistons games on a CD, and he gets so excited about it.
That's sweet.
Rest in peace, my friend.
All right, beautiful.
I know Terry has something on his mind. He was talking about it last night. He's talking about it this morning. He wants to talk about gambling. And some stuff happened last night, Terry.
Yeah. Do you trust what you see when you watch a game? Because now we're finding out that some of this shit is really corrupt. The Eastern Michigan University, school we don't care about, they're point shaving and throwing games. So if you're doing it at Eastern Michigan, can't you be doing it at Duke or North Carolina, where the money is really big? When you watch a game, do you sit there with 100% confidence that what I'm watching is legit? Everybody's trying hard. They're trying to win this game. They're doing their best. Or do you think it's a little shaky?
Not for about 15 years, man. I've had doubt for 15 years.
I have more of that belief in football, but basketball is just like, nah. Basketball is probably the worst of all the sports in terms of rigging games and shit.
Oh. I mean, for me, I think that there's two aspects of it. There's the guys that can just miss a shot a little bit. In football, it's hard to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? Baseball is a whole different story. In terms of basketball, though, I think what you're seeing with what happened over this week is the stupidity of realizing you can hide a bet on Duke. because there's so many people betting on it. You got $250,000 going out for Horizon League teams.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's crazy.
They need to look into Neil's books. I'm just gonna say.
What about in baseball? I mean, you'll have a guy hit 20 home runs in 30 games, and then he goes 2 for 50. Couldn't that be a guy just saying, "Okay, I got paid off, and I want to relax a little bit because I want to make sure my bettors are okay." So
I can see it.
Do you trust? I mean, what sport do you trust the least?
Football.
It'd be basketball for me.
You think there's more shit going on in football, gambling wise?
Since the reformat, since they reorganized as an entertainment business, I've seen some really wild stuff. Now you've got 4 or 5 players that have come out in the last year that have said that they got scripts. I just saw the guy from Tennessee a couple years ago said that they gave him you're going to win 8 games this year. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
you start seeing these, and that's the thing that Shepard, don't you think that one guy is going to come out and say something? Do you think that they can keep it all under the money talks?
No, for sure.
And keeps lips tight, too.
That's true.
Money if you want to stay in the league.
Now, officiating in NFL games is suspect as
Yeah.
hell. It's harder for a player to go out there.
Oh, you talk about straight player.
Yeah, it's harder for a player to go out there
Well,
and make
I'm
some
talking
shit in
about the
football.
games in general.
But
now,
yeah.
for basketball, absolutely. 'Cause
Yes,
you
it's
can
too
just let
easy.
a ball dribble out the
I'm hurt.
still win,
DNP,
and
yeah,
just
like-
only win by 6 instead of 9.
The other thing is when we look at the NFL or football in general, doesn't it seem like many of the holding calls, which you can call on any play, only happens after somebody
Important
scores
moments.
a 50-yard touchdown?
Of course. No doubt about that. No doubt.
We don't see holding on a 1-yard negative play.
In basketball, for me, I believe that you can choreograph how the game's going to go. Again, I'll go back to 2004. Swallow the whistle, and it will benefit the Pistons. Blow the whistle a lot, and it will benefit the Lakers. So I believe that you can kind of go out there and choreograph those games. In a football game, it's not just hitting a 3 that you're taking away or hitting a layup that you're taking away. You're taking away 7 points. And all you have to do is just say, we don't want that touchdown on the board. And you can always, as you said, find some sort of grievance penalty on every single play in football. And how you can watch 3 quarters while they don't call it, and then all of a sudden when things are important and they start calling it, I have a real issue with the NFL right now.
How many times in the NFL do we see where on one play, it's the difference between, it may not be the difference in who wins or loses the game, but it's the difference in covering the spread or not covering the spread.
100.
How many backdoor covers do we see?
I mean, there's whole Twitter profiles dedicated to these bad beats, and some of the stuff that you're seeing, that's involving referee decisions at last minute stuff, and it's terrible to see what gambling, what them bringing it in and making it legal has done to it. But on the other side of it, you got a few ways to get paid now: contract, NIL. Backdoor gambling garbage, And I'm not even mad at these kids. I mean, I get it. You find out one day that the Lions got screwed because somebody threw a game, or actually Beasley actually did throw it. Of course you're going to be mad. But these kids are sitting there in a Horizon League. They're not going to taste NIL money. They're not going to play pro.
Nope.
Somebody comes to them with this type of opportunity, especially when gambling's so big. They made their bed. All the leagues made their bed by getting into bed with
I'm
the
glad
gamblers.
Neil is not here, but you know what, son, bro? You shouldn't be allowed to bet on the Horizon League game.
So what about on the parlays? Because this is what it came down to. They basically had all these people at the same time on different schools throwing or doing these things so they could parlay on them. What if you just can't bet unders?
Or prop bets.
That's what I'm talking about.
Prop bets are the real problem.
You shouldn't be allowed to bet on a Horizon League game. It's not a real league. It's not real team.
Don't let Neil hear that.
You shouldn't be allowed to bet on it.
Not a real league.
Spinny, when was the last time a Horizon League basketball game affected your life?
I will say it was a couple of years ago when
not to smile.
me and Easy went to the O Arena to see
shout out.
Eastern Michigan play Oakland. Sada Baby knew who I was, so that affected my life.
Yeah, that should.
If you didn't know Neil Rule, when was the last time a Horizon League game affected your life?
Never.
Okay, thank you.
I used to go to the Mercy games when Ray McCallum's dad was going, and Ray McCallum was on the team. So shout out.
All right.
We got a couple super chats in there. There was one I thought up more, but Labertini says Spenny is a medium weight now. I appreciate that. Not yet. Still got a lot of work to do. A lot of my progress gets deleted now. I'm kind of plateauing because I binge drink and eat on the weekends. So, I eat nothing but salad and work out every day on the week, and then Friday 7
totally
p.m.
different on the weekend.
Yeah, I turned into a monster. Burn with the super chat. He says, so fun fact, the worst team in the NFL is also the oldest team. The Cardinals, most losses of any team. Longest championship drought last was 1947.
Yeah, but they've been to the Super Bowl.
They have been to the Super Bowl.
They have. Kurt Warner
Damn,
got him there.
1947.
And
how many Super Bowls have the Lions been to? I forget.
Zero.
Oh,
zero.
Really? Oh,
And
I think that's the
Labertini
number.
says, shout out to Loom and Buzzin'. Absolutely,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Those Buzzin' drinks are awesome.
The orange.
And then Dante151 says, did you guys see the bullshit in the Rockets and Thunder game where the Thunder player went over the back and it didn't get called at all? The Thunder's whistle is crazy, man. It is crazy.
How much they don't get it
Yeah,
for
what
how
they
physically they play?
Yes, and how much they
Give the Pistons one more year.
They'll be like,
Because I'll
yeah.
tell you what you saw in the Pistons last year, they got called all the time. I am shocked
It's a lot less now.
the lack of calls that they get for the physicality. And I'll tell you what, that game last night, the Suns tried to match that physicality. That was one of the most 1980 games I've ever seen, aside from the fact that they were taking
For one
3
half.
minutes every other minute to review a call and see if it was flagrant or not. But the physicality of this Pistons team, they are trying to match what OKC plays.
Right.
And if
You know
play
why
like
they're
that-
allowing the Pistons to jack people up? Because they're relevant now.
Well, yeah, but if you
Right.
continue to play that consistent type of physical brand of basketball, the refs eventually allow you to do so. It's just like what we saw with the Pistons, got to just put their hands on people and be physical defensively for half a decade, and they got away
They'll
with
only
that whistle.
take it away if Michael Jordan comes back in the league.
He ain't coming back. I hope not.
Hope not to. All right, we're going to go to break real quick and wrap up these last things. So let me tell you about Mr. Vapor Soar, because Mr. Vapor, they've got a new line of 3-gram disposable THC vapes that come in a ton of different flavors like berry Skittles, blueberry gelato, Bombsicle OG, lemon haze, Lost Ice, Phantom Punch, Rainbow Runs, strawberry Satori, and vanilla Kush. Available in a dispensary near you. Find the store locator map online at MrVaporSoar.com. And follow them at Instagram at Mr. Vapor Soar. And we're not even going to do commercials. We're just going to knock these two out and then go back to the desk. Cool. So let me tell you about Lady Jane's. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax, get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. You can get a hot leather neck shave, a scalp massage, a hot towel treatment, all of that wrapped into one in the King's treatment. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. It's wicked awesome, dude. Mike G with the milk shoots.
I know, dog. Mike G is a clown.
You cannot say milk shoots in this shit. Oh man. So last couple minutes here. You guys got anything you want to get off your chest?
Yeah, who's winning this weekend? Buffalo, Denver. Who you got?
Buffalo
barely though.
Yeah,
barely.
I like Buffalo in that game. Frisco in the Pacific Northwest. Frisco versus Seattle.
I think Seattle will win, but San Francisco will cover
I
that
told you to
spread.
worry about them Seattle Seahawks, didn't I?
Yeah, I don't know.
I like San Francisco in that game. How about you?
I like Seattle. Fred Warner's trying to play, which is crazy.
Yeah,
He's like at practice,
I thought he
actively
wasn't
playing.
gonna play.
He broke his ankle.
Yeah,
he's
what?
back
Yeah,
already.
that's
They
bad,
opened his
bad.
practice window. He was a full participant in practice. If it's up to Fred Warner, he is gonna fucking play.
Shit.
Like the guy is the half black, half Cuban Terminator. Like
Correct.
the guy is insane.
Where you at on that one?
He might be Mexican, not
He'll
Cuban.
play half a game.
Something like that.
Well, no, I mean, like
Who's
San
gonna
Francisco
win?
or Seattle.
Seattle always, I don't know.
They tend to choke, don't they?
Seattle's Sam
I'm
Darnold's
going-
due for a
I'm
Sam
going
Darnold
Niners,
game.
because they always seem to find a way to win.
Yes, they do.
No matter what. They don't. And the Niners, the only team in the NFL that doesn't need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle
Until they get to the Super Bowl.
Kyle
then they
Shanahan
do
is the
Right.
best coach in NFL history to not win a Super Bowl.
That's fair.
It's insane what he's doing with Jimmy Garoppolo, Brock Purdy, Mac Jones. Like, it's insane what he is doing and those offenses. I feel bad for him, kind of, because like if you look at his start of his tenure with San Francisco to now, it's like a president after he's done with 8 years. Like, he's all gray-haired, bags under the eyes.
Aged quickly. Houston at New England, over under 40.5. They eclipsing that?
Under.
Under? Who wins?
Houston.
I love it. What about you? Over under 40.5.
Yeah, I got Houston by a thread, but it's definitely under. That's going to be a nasty game.
You taking an over on that one, Spenny?
I'm not taking an over on that one. I want New England to win, but Houston, their pass rush is so nasty, dude.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I'm going to go New England off a heart.
I think New England's going to win. I think the league would prefer them to win, although I would prefer Houston to win.
See, I want New England to win because I'm petty. I don't want Houston. I don't want Buffalo. I don't want fucking Jaguars. I don't want those guys to win a Super Bowl before us.
I feel that.
So, fuck them.
Cardinals are on that list.
Cardinals are on that list.
And finally, Sunday night, the big one, the Brad and Matt Bowl.
Yep.
Now, is this who we think's going to win or who we want to win?
You can give me both. Who you think and who you want?
Rams.
Both? You want them and think them?
I want, but the Bears are still on that phantom road. The Bears will win.
Ooh.
I could care less who wins because my team's not there, and these are two NFC teams. However, I got a feeling, bro. I think Chicago going to find a way to pull it off. I do.
Spenny, you on that trash?
I need the Rams to win. I think the Rams are going to win. I want the Rams to win.
I'm telling you, dog.
Same thing I said about Green Bay. Like, Green Bay wasn't going to win a Super Bowl. The Bears could win a Super Bowl on some dumb shit because that's how they're winning games all year. And we need Stafford. Stafford, I have not asked a lot about you. Just go out there and don't be a fucking idiot. Like, just don't throw in interceptions and you should win the game.
Dude,
the Bears
you know he's going to throw an interception the first series of the third quarter.
I really feel that. And they thrive off of turnovers, bro. But, I mean, the Bears have gotten to the Super Bowl with less. They had Rex Grossman and got to a Super Bowl.
How disgusting is it that we are full circle right now to rooting for Matt Stafford and the Rams again? Because I can't stand to boo them kids. F Matt Stafford, I don't want you back here. You hate our people. We hate you. But beat the catfish, bro.
Yeah.
End this stupid story. Send him back to irrelevance. Send Brad back as well because they will come crashing back to reality next year. I believe that. Yeah. End their season. Shut Bear fan up.
I'm glad this is happening, to be honest with you. Cause
Ben Johnson's just a bad man.
Yeah, I'm glad this is happening because maybe this is the kick in the ass that the Lions need. You look at what Ben Johnson did in 1 year.
Final question.
Final
question. Would you rather have made the playoffs and lost in round one to the Bears or finish 9-8 with a win against the Bears?
How about neither?
You got one or the other, bro. You already live in one.
I would rather make the playoffs.
Yeah, of course, always.
Because this regular season game didn't mean anything.
I got to be honest with you. Making the playoffs and losing to Brad versus beating Brad.
Ben.
Or Ben.
Ben, sorry, yeah.
I called him Brad, too.
I keep calling him Brad all the time.
Yeah.
Answering it as hypotheticals.
I got to be honest with you, man. Where you at on that? Because I want to hear Spenny's answer.
I'd rather make the playoffs.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
I'm at getting the hell on.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Hey, we appreciate you guys all stopping in and pushing us to 100,000K this week.
Yay.
We're well over the mark, so get home safe. Shout out to Terry, KG, Spenny. You won't have to deal with me on Monday, and he'll be back, I promise.
Oh, too bad.